Hey everybody, it's me again, and sorry for the delay. I tried recording this playthrough of Super Empire Strikes Back 3 or 4 times already, and for whatever reason, I ran into some technical issues with the game capture. So I've worked out the kinks, and so this week, since I didn't upload a video last week, this week I am uploading a double feature. This is part 1 of the double feature, where I do a playthrough of Super Empire Strikes Back, and the second part will be Super Return of the Jedi. So let's go ahead and strap in and get ready to play some Super Empire Strikes Back. Side note, the Retron 5 did not have any Game Genie codes when I went to use them. Fortunately for me, I found the ultimate code that I can enter at the title screen, and if done properly, Darth Vader will say, "Impressive." So let's go ahead and get started. Now, for that to work, I would need a second controller, which I so happily picked up. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. Doom. There we go, and the code's in. Now, for those who don't understand, you need a second controller to essentially enter a debug mode, which will allow you to pick the level, change how many lives you have, what level gun you have, like plasma or ion, and all that good stuff. Random trivia. While we're waiting for the crawl, random trivia, did you know that only 2 or 3 people knew that Darth Vader was Luke's father before the movie premiered? Did you also know that Harrison Ford did not know until the premiere? In an interview with Luke Skywalker on, I forget which show, he let us know that the director said, "I know, George Lucas knows, now you know. And if it gets out, we know you told." So Mark Hamill had to keep this secret, I think he said, for over a year. And he didn't tell Carrie Fisher, because apparently she tells everybody from his interview. Harrison Ford was mighty shocked when the scene played out. He's like, "You didn't tell me that, kid." Well, that was also in the interview. Little side note. And this one, Super Empire Strikes Back, was actually produced by THQ instead of JVC, like Super Star Wars and Super Return of the Jedi. Alright. Oh, what just happened? Well, that's not good. So yeah, I just entered the debug mode. And then you go back to the first controller to input the amount of life, what kind of blaster. Let's do plasma. And I'm not going to skip certain levels except for maybe certain ones, and go ahead and do that. And I just entered in vulnerability. Ugh. I wish this game had like infinite jump, where I could just twirl and, dispatch the bad guys. Now, the one thing I do need to remember to do is, unfortunately, the invincibility that I'm currently using. Ooh, a tauntaun. The invincibility only works for the current level I'm on, which means have to continuously input it. Now I do apologize for the lights. It is a little bit darker in here than normal. I am recording at a later hour due to essentially my kids being loud and a little obnoxious. I love them dearly, but it makes it nearly impossible to record any type of YouTube video. So rather than squander my time with them, I waited until they went to bed, and I am recording it afterwards. Unfortunately, that does mean that the lighting situation, which I hope will fix for Super Return of the Jedi, hopefully I can get that squared away. I do apologize for the lighting. You can't see me. Not that I'm the focal point. Hopefully the playthrough will be the focal point. I do apologize if you hear me going. I'm still getting over having a cold. I know some people find it annoying to say the least, so I do apologize. Boop. Oh, stupid robots. Jump, Tauntaun, jump! Oh. Holy crap, I actually have the Tauntaun still. Man, I usually accidentally kill the Tauntaun by now. Ooh. Do I need to get off the Tauntaun? Can you get off the Tauntaun? Ooh, I think I just did. Alright. Oh, gotta do my little magic. Now see, unfortunately, a byproduct of using the debug mode and the invincibility is that I end up going through walls, and sometimes, usually it's not really an issue. I end up with unlimited thermal detonators too. But there are instances where I will go through a wall. It can be a hassle sometimes, like you just saw me go through the wall a little bit. Especially in later levels, it can be a little cumbersome, but for the most part, it should be just fine. Alright. Oh, come on. Seriously? The upside to essentially going through walls is I can use the spikes that normally would kill you. I can use them to get to a better position. Now, I do apologize because I do have unlimited thermal detonators. And I may use them frequently enough to where it might make certain people susceptible to any type of epileptic shock, so a little heads up. I figured thermal detonators are perfect to deal with this boss because he will freeze you, and you can still use the thermal detonator while you're frozen. So, let's see. Hold on, let's turn on this light, see if that works. Oh, there we go. You can actually see me. Put in the code so I don't die. Back on the Tauntaun. Whee! Now, something I wondered, because I was playing this game without cheats, and I'm going to be honest, it was pretty hard, and it makes me wonder if anybody actually makes it, oh come on, with the Tauntaun. Sorry, Mr. Tauntaun. Past the first part where you first get the Tauntaun. Because, like I said previously, it it's extremely hard. But I do like the idea of being able to keep your tauntaun as much as possible. I think it's just kind of cool. There we go. I'm not gonna die. At least not right now. And even though I am using the debug mode, I can actually still die. If I fall off a cliff, where there's no bottom, I can still die. Spikes don't really do anything to me. Oh, I'm in the wall. Oh, here we go. I'm good. There is an eel in the water. So, like I was saying, I do apologize for the delay on this playthrough, but I don't quite understand what exactly went wrong with the game capture the first several times that I did it, which is weird. Because it's a random issue. Like, I've recorded the Empire Strikes Back playthrough like 5 times, and I'm going to be honest, I tested the game capture with Super Return of the Jedi to see if it was a game issue, and I'm going to be honest, Return of the Jedi was perfectly fine. So, like I said, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm hoping I fixed it, and I guess we'll find out, because if you're seeing gameplay while I'm talking or yammering, then we know I fixed the problem. If not, well, you get to look at my gorgeous face the whole time, and I apologize in advance. There we go. Murder the doggy! Well, he's not a dog, he's a bear. But... Now, I believe these coins are Force coins that allow you to use the special Force abilities. I haven't quite figured out how to use the Force abilities in Super Empire Strikes Back. I don't think I ever really figured it out in Super Star Wars either. But, you know, it's not that big a deal. Oh. I thought I just fell and died, but thankfully I did not. Woo! Come hit me, you stupid robot. Imperial droid. Dead. Oops. Well, you know, luckily I can jump back up and it's not that big a deal. Now see, I find this interesting. So you gotta face the Imperial droid, but you also have to face a stupid eel-like creature that's in the water. So... What I find hilarious is talking about the debug menu where you can pick your level. They don't have them in order. They have them in alphabetical order, which is a little weird. For example, did you know, like, the level I'm about to play is actually referred to, I believe, as Rebel Base. I believe it's Rebel Base 2. It's like one of the Rebel Base levels. And the other two Rebel Base levels are actually later in the game, where you're Han Solo. But those are not the next couple levels. So, it's interesting. Oh, I do apologize. I'm a little tired, taking care of the kiddos, and it is almost midnight, so I do apologize. However, dedication. I said I'd get these videos to you, and here I am, doing what I can when I can. See, this is one of the levels that I would use thermal detonators a lot. That's what I was telling you about. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and save state it here, because once I get into the next part, I can't use the debug menu or the vulnerability. I got to try and pass it on my own, and hopefully I will pass it. And if I don't, well, I'm going to go back to the save state, enter debug mode to go to the next part. Now, ooh, be careful. Yes, so I need to destroy the probes and the bikes, and they do damage to you, but luckily, usually they will drop hearts, which you can then collect to reset your life. And after you get enough probes, bikers will show up, and then you'll destroy the bikers. There we go, bikers showed up. And eventually, you need a certain amount of probes and bikers. Once you get the probes and the bikers, then you gotta do, what is it, AT-ATs and the AT-STs. I found that hilarious. I'm actually doing pretty good. This is not the farthest I've gotten on this level, although I am doing pretty good. Don't want to get cocky. Mission 2, 5 AT-STs. Yeah, this is the part where I have issues, because they do pretty good damage if they hit you. So, and the bikers are still there, so added treat, you know. Trying to get rid of the bikers. Like the AT-ST need. Like the AT-STs need any help, you know what I mean? I think they're more there to give you life because the AT-STs do so much damage to you in one fell swoop. I do have to say this is the farthest I've gotten, and I'm actually doing pretty well. Oh jeez, I'm not going to be able to get that. Oh, I thought that was an AT-ST. See? Stupid hills. Oh, see, that's not cool. See, the bikers run like interference or something like that. That's not necessarily cool. See, I started bragging. The moment I started bragging, I started doing horrible. There we go. Lord knows I need the health. Ooh, it's not good. There we go. Get some health back. Oh snap. Did I run into an AT-ST? See, a couple hits and bam, I'm already back down, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. How is that even possible? I don't think I hit anything. Okay, I'll give it one last shot. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't even notice that. It started really a couple hits and I'm down. At least it started me at the, at the 8. See, I don't understand that. Are the bikers like suicidal or something? Because they literally hit me and they're like... See, I can't take the AT-STs straight on. And it doesn't help the bikers are like suicidal or something. What is going on there, man? See what I'm saying? Bikers. Suicidal. Ah, jeez. See, they like go all kamikaze on you, man. See? Even when I'm doing well, they still take you out. I think the problem is the bikers. See, like right there. There goes half my life right there. It's crazy, man. I mean, I like having the bikers there because they help replenish my health if I need it. But it's like, I don't want them that bad. Okay, he literally went straight into me. I am so close to passing this section. It's... You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it wasn't for the bikers being all kamikaze. Bikers being all kamikaze on me now. trying to line up so I can get an ATST. There we go. ATs. Alright. Probably keep the bikers, of course. Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord. It shut me down. Honestly, this is the farthest I've gotten on this level. And I would much rather trying to continue trying to take out the ATTs rather than give up right now. Trying to get this biker, man. There we go. Trying to get some life back. Nope, they took me down. Alright, 2 more tries. If I can't kill at least one in those 2 tries, I think I'm going to have to give it up. Really? Maybe you need to actually physically push the button. That must have been a biker. Really? Freaking suicidal bikers. Oh man. Alright, one more. I know. I would much rather get this game legitimately. Really? Alright. Unfortunately, I think I've gotten as far as I could. So I'm going to go ahead, go to the load state, and I'm going to use the secondary controller to enter debug mode. There we go. Yeah, Rebel Base 3. I was wrong. I thought it was Rebel Base 2. Yeah, Dagoba's the next set, but that's not the next level. The next level is Walker Outside. Because like in the movie, if you remember in the movie, Luke does get shot down after trying to do a tow cable. Wow, I can't talk right now. And then eventually he ends up using like a tow cable or something like that to get to AT-AT, and he ends up using his lightsaber to cut a hole, and he throws a thermal detonator in there. What is going on right now? There we go. detonators will come into play. Alright. And I believe I just climbed the leg. Come on. Come on. Ah, darn it. Fail. Now that's one thing I don't miss about the older games. Like in the newer games, if you were to, say, kill an enemy, they usually stay dead. Well, in the older games, especially Nintendo, Super Nintendo, they do not stay dead. They have a tendency to respawn, and I know some of the later systems in between the Super Nintendo and the PS4 and the Xbox One X and the Switch, I know there were systems that still had that issue, but I find that it was more abundant in the old school, like Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Like games like this, where you finally get past something, you get knocked off or something, and then you go back and you gotta essentially destroy the guy all over again. Alright, so I'm going through these doors, and it may seem like I'm not really going anywhere, but in a way to try and make this part of the movie into a level, they're going to make it seem like there's multiple levels of the AT-AT, and then eventually, you end up with... Did I really just fall through the floor? See, that's what I was saying at the beginning, was, going through walls, falling through. Seriously? Okay, this is getting kind of annoying, dude. Man. Yeah, I did kind of cheat, because I kept falling through the floor. And I think it has something to do with the jumping while I'm using debug mode. Oh, don't want to die, so let's do that. I do have to say this is like my favorite part of the two levels, or the 2 or 3 levels with the AT-ATs. Although I am cheating and using infinite thermal detonators, I like the concept of being on top of the AT-AT. Alright. Now there will be like 2 or I believe 1 or 2 more levels where, kind of like the previous one, where it's almost nearly impossible to pass. Now see, this is like Rebel Base 1, and then the next one with Han Solo is Rebel Base 2. And it's like, you would think those would be before Rebel Base 3. It's not. But I think the reason why it's not is, the whole point is to make it easier for the programmers. It's a debug mode, so it's a way for the programmers to be able to look at certain levels and be like, yeah, okay, to get to them quicker, to play through them, try and make sure there's no glitches or anything like that. Now I'm using a lot of detonators on this level, mainly because there are a lot of bad guys. There's the stormtroopers actually keep respawning. Not necessarily that guy, but like when you get to like a door, they will just keep coming out of the door to say hello. Oh Lord, did I go the wrong way? Oh, well, we're gonna find out. I don't think I did. Well, see, that's one thing that Star Wars games have going for it, is it has multiple passageways. I believe all three of them do. Well, that was kind of a dead end. Well, technically, oop. Yeah, that's fine. Boop. Technically, I could walk through the walls. Let's see, unfortunately, if I do that, and I go through a wall, and there's like no footing, no land, nothing like that, I could actually end up accidentally killing myself. And that would kind of suck. Now, one thing I would like to point out is that the last game, Super Star Wars, which was I'm going to go ahead and save state it. The last game, which was done by JVC, they allowed characters. There was a character select screen. Where even though it may not have been the right character for that particular scene, they would allow you to pick the character you want to play, which I liked. And unfortunately for this one, you play the characters that you are given. You play the characters you're given, and which I guess is kind of cool. I mean, I kind of like the idea of being able to select your character. I'm hoping that for Return of the Jedi, the character select will come back. Because honestly, you know, I wouldn't mind. There's certain parts of Return of the Jedi where I wouldn't mind being like Princess Leia. Little tidbit though, did you know that, oh, oops, I just went through a wall. Although Lando Calrissian see, that's what I'm referring to, you go through the wall, it makes it to where you could die. Lando Calrissian, the characters in the game, you know, I don't believe you can play as Lando in Return of the Jedi, which is weird. I'd have to wait to double check. I think they keep the characters, kind of the main ones, like Luke, Han, Leia, Chewie. Gotta have Chewie, man. Chewie's the man. He is. Think about it. He's got to put up with Han Solo. People act like they can't understand what he's saying. Okay, so that's a wall. People act like they can't understand what he's saying, except for Han. Apparently Han can understand him perfectly. And if you've seen Episode 7, so can Rey. Alright, so I'm going to save state here because I think this is going to be a little part where... No, of course not. Well, because he runs the Millennium Falcon at the end of this level. I think he runs into Princess Leia first. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and save state it now. I shot first, not Greedo. There we go. Now this next part is, I think they base the level on, when they go into the asteroid field in the movie, which is kind of cool. But once you get down to like the lower numbers of the amount of TIE fighters you need to destroy, like once you get down to 10, they leave you in the asteroid field for a little bit before more TIE fighters show up. Then when you get down to 5, you get down to 5, once again, they leave you in the asteroid field with no TIE fighters. And of course the asteroids, or the asteroid field I should say, kind of beat up your shields a little bit. So I guess what I would say is it's not necessarily the TIE fighters that get you on this level, it's the asteroids. Like right now, you notice that they're coming out of left field, and I can usually destroy them fairly quickly. But now I'm down to 10. I'm going to be left in the asteroid field for a little bit. It's telling me to go down. Right? And it's going to kind of leave me out here. Asteroids are going to beat me up unless I destroy them post haste. And see, it leaves me out here with no TIE fighters for a pretty long time. There we go. Well, I have this pattern to help hopefully not get hit by the asteroids as much. See now I'm down to 5, and it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna tell me to go down. See, an asteroid just hit my shields, and it's gonna have me just kind of running around for a little bit. Here we go. You notice, I believe the asteroids start getting, there's a lot more of them the farther you get. I believe this is the farthest I've gotten on this level. Let's see. Ooh. Holy crap, dude. Holy crap. I think I just beat the level. Hey, I beat it. I beat it. Come on. Yeah, I'm sorry, no. I am a little bummed because freaking, that's the first time I've actually gotten through the TIE fighters. And the next level is Dagobah, because after they take off through the asteroid fields heading towards Cloud City, it jumps to Luke and Dagobah. And as you can notice, there are multiple passageways, just like I was saying earlier, this level 2, but I have a tendency to end up falling towards the bottom of the level. I think this one is where he's looking for Yoda. Oh, no, R2-D2. Okay, now it's like, oh, looking for Yoda. There we go. Yeah, like I said, you gotta input the invulnerability, which is, I believe, all 4 buttons and start on every level. And there's been a time or two where I will randomly go running into a level thinking I'm indestructible because of the code, and I will end up dying because I'll be acting like I have infinite life and I don't. Which is usually a rude awakening when I die. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot to put the code in. Piranha-like fish are in the water, which anytime they get close enough, I just zap them with my lightsaber. Whoa, okay. I think that's the end of the level, right? Oh, nope. I had to go a little bit further. Yoda. I'm sure by now everybody's seen episode 8, and if you haven't, well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to let out any spoilers. But in the comment section, let me know what you thought of episode 8. I'm going to be honest. I watched it, and it was good. I liked it. However, my wife so nicely pointed out that it was good. It lacked something. It lacked that oomph, you know what I mean? Like with episode 7, I guess it could be considered missing like a little bit of fan service, you know? Like in episode 7, it was like a callback by having all the Luke, Leia, well, I guess Luke wasn't really in it, except for the end. By having Harrison Ford's character Han Solo and Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia. It was a nice callback. So I maybe, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what they're going to do with episode 9 now that Carrie Fisher has passed away. I mean, she was kind of, I'm going to be honest, she kicked butt in episode 8. But with her passing away, and, well, I mean, they can always do what they did with, was it Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One? Even Princess Leia at the end of Rogue One, they can always compute a generator, you know, if need to help the storyline, because if they weren't going to kill her off, Um, if they weren't going to kill her off, you don't want to just randomly write a character off. Like in a TV show, when, say, there's like a dispute between an actor and the show, excuse me, usually they usually just write the character off. This would also happen when the actor, for unforeseen reasons, passes away. Case in point, what is it? Glenn, or not? It's like Glenn or Quinn. Oh shoot, I can't remember. The guy that was helping out Angel in the first season of the Buffy spinoff Angel, he was on Roseanne, and they wrote him off. They wrote him off that he died or whatever, fighting the good fight. I think originally they wrote him off because he was having some drug abuse problems. And then they were originally going to have him come back, I think, in the final season. I think they were going to have him come back in the final season, but he ended up passing due to drug abuse. So that storyline got scrapped, and they ended up having the gentleman who played Leslie in the series. They wrote that character to come in and act like he was the one character. So yeah, like I was saying, the shows will write off characters if they get to the point where they need help, or they're becoming detrimental to the show. They're impeding the show. Or sometimes, the character just doesn't work out. Like the show first starts and they have an idea of the character setup, and for whatever reason, they change it up. Like, if you've ever seen the original Family Matters, you would know that Laura had a little sister. That is right. The Winslows had 2 daughters. And keep in mind, I believe, I'm save stating because just like that section I just passed, if I fall, I die for good. And I have to start over. And I would rather not have to do that. Well, Family Matters, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm getting off topic and I'm rambling. So sue me. Family Matters was actually supposed to be a spin-off of Die Hard, if I remember correctly. It was supposed to be based on the character Carl Winslow. I think Carl Winslow, the actor, was the same actor from Die Hard that ends up shooting what's-his-face at the end of the movie. One that Bruce Willis says, "Welcome to the party, pal." Anyway, so I think they made, originally, Family Matters was going to be like following that character. And Steve Urkel was actually supposed to be like a side character, like a one-of appearance. And what ended up happening was he ended up winning people over, the audience, and all that good stuff. And I think, when Steve Urkel became popular is when they shifted the focus from the Winslow family to Steve Urkel. And the Winslow family were just kind of, oh, wow, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Yay me, I guess. yeah, they shifted it, and when they shifted it to focus more on Steve Urkel, I think that's about the time they wrote off the younger sister. They didn't really say anything, and they never really brought her back. I think they ended up replacing her with like little Richie or something. Oh crap! What's going on? Interesting. All right. But yeah, in that situation, they switched it up because I don't think the character. They changed the point of view and the scope of the show. Whereas there's other shows like the little sister from Reba and the little sister from Boy Meets World. With Boy Meets World, they just kind of wrote her off for a similar reason to the younger sister on Family Matters. And then they eventually brought her back for later episodes. Lando's in this one too. I'm going to save state. And, but the girl on Reba, I think she was having like an eating disorder or something like that. And I know, I'm rambling. Anyway. So I guess what I'm saying is it's always a hassle to have to replace an actor for a character, especially one as iconic as Princess Leia, I guess is what I'm getting at. So now that she's passed, I don't want them to be like, hey, we're just going to do CGI or, do what's right for the franchise. I mean, I would assume that's what Carrie Fisher would want. Yeah, see, this is the level where Chewbacca goes to find C-3PO, and they turn the whole him finding him in the trash into a whole level. I think that was a smart idea. I just hope they do right by her. Especially after episode 8 and if you guys have seen episode 8, in the comments, let me know where you think let me know where you think it is going for episode 9. And tell me what you think about episode 8. I mean, hey, I understand that everybody has a different opinion. Hey, if you didn't like it, let me know. If you liked it more than I did, let me know. If you thought it was perfectly fine and that I'm full of crap, let me know. Because people have different opinions, and I think the best way to have a discussion is to have different sides or opinion about the subject matter. I know this game was made way before the Harry Potter movies, but I'm sorry, those little creatures, the little dwarf-like creatures, remind me of Professor Flitwick. The one, Leviosa. Oh, see, now I'm going through the floor again. There we go. That guy. Looks like the professor that teaches levitation. Now, I'm trying to go the proper route and not just jump through the floor like I did on the previous level. Because when you do that could actually lead to some issues if I do it wrong. Because once again, I could randomly get to a spot and fall, and there's no platform underneath me, nothing. And then I end up, ends up have to redo the whole level. Nope. How come I'm just standing in the lava? C-3PO is perfectly back together, even though he's supposed to be in parts. Yeah, I'm trying not to forget the little code. Doom, 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 doom. I do have to say, I do like the fact that they made the whole him getting frozen in carbonite. They made it into a whole level. Oh, really? Oh, it does let me know there's a platform there, so that's good. Do 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 do. No. Really? Where did... Let's go ahead and save state, just in case, and jump over. My gun is bigger than your gun. Those purple things can be quite annoying. I'm not sure if they added them because they needed a character. I'm not sure, but they are quite annoying. Okay, that's kind of BS. Just keeps randomly showing up. It's like, hi guys, how you doing? Here's a wall. Alright. You're gonna die. I am avoiding those guys. Now, I'm using thermal detonators as I'm going up, because there are random spots where they will blow like liquid nitrogen to freeze me. And being frozen, especially when you're towards the top, would kind of suck. Because then you gotta go like a whole nother round. You have to go back down, then come back up. Oof. I keep forgetting that the shoulder buttons are there to allow the player to look up and down, to essentially look for platforms on occasion. to kind of help, so you're not necessarily taking like a blind leap of faith for a platform and then you miss and then you end up dying. Don't think I was necessarily supposed to go over here. Oh. Okay. See? And then you gotta like wiggle. Luckily that happened fairly early before I got to the top. And I was able to unfreeze. Do not want to fall down into the abyss. Now see, I think this level's more like the tractor beam in the first one, Super Star Wars. Because I believe that's the carbonite freezing machine. Yeah, it freezes you. There we go. Making a mouse out of inanimate objects. That's always a plus, you know? Do, 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 do. Sorry, I'm still a little phlegmy, getting over a cold. Alright, so now I am Chewbacca. I'm pretty sure this is after Han was frozen. Go ahead and save state it. This also has parts of the level where falling platforms, you know, where I can actually die. Okay, so no, let's go ahead and save state here. Alright, so I'm going to continue. Really? The robot dude froze me? Oh, good. That would have totally sucked. And go ahead and save state here. What I have found is it's usually like on the levels that have characters where I don't quite make the jump because they hit you or whatever, and it stops your forward progression. Oh, geez. Or you let it go down too far. Let the platform go down too far, which makes it nearly impossible. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. I'm going to go ahead and save state that on a different one, just in case he kills me. Whoo! Ooh, daddy. Jeez. He came back with a vengeance, didn't he? And then go ahead and save it right here. Alright. More platforms, yay! Who likes platforms? I like platforms. Save state. There we go. Boba Fett. Okay, I do like the fact that they added Boba Fett as a boss here. if I remember correctly, he gets away before they can catch up to him. But I do like the fact that they had him as a boss. I think that's kind of cool. And his ship, I believe it's Slave 1 or is it Slave 2? I can't remember. Go ahead and save state that. I can't remember if it's Slave 1 or Slave 2. I think it's Slave 1 in Empire, and then in the books for episode 7, 8, and 9 it becomes Slave 2 because he doesn't die in the Sarlacc pit. Here comes the third level, similar to the Snowspeeder and the Millennium Falcon. It's the X-Wing Cloud City. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. I don't remember the Cloud City civilians attacking them in the movie, but I mean, they probably took some free reign to, I guess, make it more interesting. Alright, so same thing, just like the bikers and the probes. When you destroy the, what is it, cloud cars? I call them cloud cars. You do get hearts back to refill your life, which is always a plus. And what I like about this is, go below the clouds, they can't see you. Well, they can. They can see you. See, are they shooting me from behind, or where are they? They're like doing this kamikaze stuff. See, like, you run into them. This level's hard because, you know, they don't show up right away, and when they do, it's like a brief glimpse, and it's like, by the time you, like, try to lock onto them, they're gone, and it's like, wait, what? You know what I mean? They just kind of do a drive-by type of thing. And yeah, by the time you lock onto them, they're like right there, and if they hit you, they take a good chunk of your life. So I don't quite understand that. I think I got one, but I didn't get the heart, I don't think. See, I think I only got one. There you are. There you are. See? And then by the time you lock onto them, they're gone. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. This little one last shot. And don't do it, I'm gonna have to use debug mode, and I would prefer not to have to do that. I would rather beat the level straight up. Oh, I missed the heart too. Yeah, so I'll go to the load state and then just use debug mode. Okay, freezing water. I believe it's reactor 2. like I said, these levels are actually out of order. If I remember correctly, it goes Reactor 2, then Reactor 1, then Reactor 3. And those are, I believe, the last couple levels for this game. We're almost done with the playthrough. Yeah, I think I'm going to be using a lot of the thermal detonators for this level. Overrun, man. Like I said in Super Star Wars, anybody who can beat this game without cheats, hey, more power to you. Go ahead and save state it. Oh. Because this level does have platforms like that. And this is where looking up and down are going to be crucial. Oh, see, I missed it. And alright, so we're going to do this. Oh, dang it. I was so focused on killing the bikers that I missed the platform. Go ahead and take a moment, save state it. Okay, that was a leap of faith jump is what that was. Alright, so let's go ahead and save state that so I don't have to do that section again. Ooh, Darth Vader, let's go! Multiple paths. I could have stayed up there or gone through the hole like I did and then right before Darth Vader appeared. Even with this level there is multiple ways of getting there. Like you see those where you could be on top and all that good stuff. But I guess that's the one underlying thing that is continuous from Super Star Wars that I like. Almost sound like boxing gloves. Alright, I think this is where I need to save state again because I think it's more of those. Oh wow, that wasn't even close. Yeah, I think this is where. Oh, dude, he fell on me and he knocked me off. That's just not right. Ah, there we go. Save state it. Oh, dude, really? Man, alright. Go ahead and save state it. Oh, it's like right there, isn't it? Alright. Once I was actually playing this level and that I jumped up here and the guy literally knocked me off and stopped my forward progression. Oh, dude, I can't believe I did that. Stopped my forward progression and something else, you know. Oh, come on, let's go, let's go. Boop. Yeah, come on, come on. What you want? What you want? Uh-oh. And yeah, those are supposed to be like force tokens or force energy to use the Force abilities. Now, see, this is as far as I get. I don't really know how to use the Force ability correctly, so unfortunately I don't get to what's going on here? Oh, I thought it was like something more complex. You know what I mean? And I'm going to save state here. Oh, come on, dude. That is so not kosher, you know? Oh, man. Like, I purposely did a thermal detonator to get it to where there's no bad guys, so I could jump free and clear. I'm going to go ahead and save state here. Oh, wow. Oh, man. That might have been a bad call. Might have been. Oh, dude, I think it jumped short. Oh, dude, seriously? Where are they coming from, man? Go ahead and save state here. Yeah, the platform levels are like a beast, man. Oh, dude. Right. Go ahead and... I know it's only like 2 platforms away, but... You are not going to knock me off that platform. That would severely suck. I totally just killed it. That's awesome. Save state. There we go. Save state. Oh, okay. They couldn't end they couldn't let me go to the next part with before I killed that guy. Apparently, feel the power of the dark side. Feel my thermal detonator. I think that was the last level. Because that is towards the end of the movie where, you know, Luke loses his hand. What? Huh. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like I said during Super Star Wars, they did omit certain scenes, like they did here. They did not have the scene where Han Solo opened up the Tauntaun and put Luke in there. Which, by the way, dad joke. What's the temperature of a Tauntaun? Lukewarm. I know. I got 3 kids, man. Simplest jokes. makes them laugh. It's amazing. But they omitted the scene where Han Solo opened the Tauntaun and put Luke in there. They didn't have the scene where Luke lost his hand. And I think the main scene that kind of bummed me out that they didn't have in here was, the infamous one where Darth Vader tells him that he is his father. Like, I'm shocked that that's not in there, you know what I mean? But there you go. Playthrough of Empire Strikes Back, Super Empire Strikes Back. And this week it'll be a double feature. Super Empire Strikes Back, and then I will also upload Super Return of the Jedi. It'd be a twofer. I'm currently waiting on a few things for my Holiday Haul video. And then I also have like Retro Game Treasure and all that good stuff. And I'm going to eventually branch out into other parts. Like I think within the next month or two I might start adding, talking about Magic the Gathering, the trading card game. But that's in the future. I will give you updates as it occurs. If there is a franchise or a game that you want me to do a playthrough of, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know, please. No nasty comments, no cyberbullying. This is a channel of positivity and family fun. And I guess I'll see you guys next week.